Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel and today we're going to make this stunning box out of wenge and maple. It's got 3 drawers, the X box I'll call it. So come on a journey and we'll make this box right now. Look at that guys, look at those corners, those wenge corners, they come out great. Just ripping the ply now for the substrate and cutting to length. And pinning the drill runners on with the pin gun and putting the box together with the nail gun. So I've got the substrate made, just a box with the rails in for the drawer slides, and I've divided it up into 3 so I know where the drawers go. The next trick is to cut and groove the drawers and put them together. Just putting them through the thicknesser now to get them all to one size. There they go. And running them over the dado head to put the groove in for the drawer slides. And running them over my table saw. The joys of having a workshop in the suburbs. Lawnmower engines and dogs. Anyway, I'll live. I've cut all the drawers to length and height now. And I'll put the groove in for the bottom. And I'm just going to pin them together with the pin gun. As you know on this channel, I don't do dovetails. Yeah, I might get some hate mail for that, but anyway, I'll live with it. And yeah, so I'll pin them together with the glue and the pin gun now. And putting a bit of glue on the drawers. And pinning them together with the 23 gauge pin gun. There you go. I've got the drawer box all finished there, ready to glue the timber on and do the drawer fronts. I've cut some maple and some wenge. The black and white box with the X. Gonna look good, guys, gonna look good. First trick is to machine the timber up and get into the cramps. And after I've got it all cramped up, then I'll cut it down the guts. And that will give us our back and our 2 ends. Okay, just running it over the button now. And the edge too. There you go, the wenge. Look at the colour of that, guys. Look at the colour of that. And through the thicknesses they go. One white, one black. And cutting them on the table saw now. And gluing them up in the cramps, my old sash cramps. They work better than the new ones, I reckon. You wind them up, they work great. And a couple of little cramps on top. And through the sand now. And then cutting them down the guts on the band resaw. Just take your time. There they go. As you see, I've taken them out of the cramps and I've cut them down the guts, sand on one side. If they get glued to the substrate, they don't have to be thick. So the substrate's going to hold them together. So that's why I can cut them down the guts and get 2 pieces out of them. But the bloody timber's bloody so expensive. To save money wherever I can. The thickness and we'll clean them up and we'll keep them as thick as possible. Okay, through the thicknesses they go. Just to clean them up, here to quite head them thicknesser. And over the button now to get them to the right height. Buzz one side, then buzz the other side. And here I am just cutting the miter. But I can't see the mark, I go in front of the saw. Just to line it all up. And then come back around the other side and just do it. Easy as. And gluing it up and just cramping it to the boxes. I've got the box all cramped up. It's looking good. The next trick is to machine the drawer fronts. 1 wenge, 2 maple. There you go, same again over the bother. Mother's got a here to go ahead on it too, so that works really great too. And through the thick, there we go again. And here I am with gluing the drawer fronts on, a bit of super glue and a couple and 3 dabs of type 1-3, and then just pressing it on, holding it for a minute or two. The drawers are all fitted now. Come on, good. So you've got the wenge line all the way around now. The drawers can come in and out. The next trick, we have to do the giant X on the top. Now when I do that, I'm going to leave all the timber overhanging. I'm going to trim it off after it's all glued together, because it's very hard to get all your little bits in line. So we have to leave everything overhanging, and then we'll trim it up, and then I'll use a flush cutter to flush it all up. And just putting some glue on there and lining it up and cramming it down. Another day, another box. Bloody hot in Melbourne today, by the way. I made patterns for the maple that go in between the X. So now, cut myself a bit of maple, and I put the patterns on the maple so I can trace them out, so I don't waste the timber if they're angled. So I'll just machine the maple now. Okay, just cutting the shapes out rough on the bandsaw. And then cutting them to straight on the table saw so they fit. There they go, all fitted up. All glued in, 3 cramps. We're getting there now, the top's all glued on. We're just going to trim it to size, and then we're going to round over all the edges. I'll put the handles on the drawers now. So all we're going to do is to trim the top now, sand it up, and round over all the edges, and the polish. Yay! Okay, just trimming it all up now. I've also put legs on it, as you see. Some wenge legs. And then flushing it up with the flush cutter. And putting a half round on it now, so it's very tactile. And spraying it up. Look at the colour of that wenge. Great colour. We're finished. X always marks the spot, doesn't it? And this X just marks this box perfectly. Look at that, guys. That just, I'm not going to say the word, I'm going to say the word in a minute. With your 3 drawers, it's got a white interior in the black one and a black interior in the white one. Mate, what a box. I'm not going to say the word yet, but I'm going to say it again. I can't help myself. I can't help myself. With the wenge corners, the wenge corners come out great. Look at that. The wenge all the way around. What a great looking box, guys. What a great looking box. I got to say the word now. It really does pop. You know it, I know it. And let the world know it. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Daniel from Woodworking with Dash. And today we're going to make a very unusual box. It's a curved box with a wheel to hold the lid upright when it's open. You see? Just something funky, something different than what we normally do. It's made of blackwood with a maple top, and we're going to do some laser work. We're going to do some inlay work. That's a Jarrah inlay hammer with walnut curved stripes. You know, I like working with different sorts of timbers. Look at that, just something very funky. But this is all about the wheel and about the lid. Very funky. Okay, so let's get on with it. Hey guys, if you're liking these videos, please subscribe and ring the bell. I'm only a new channel looking for subscribers. I think I'm giving value for your time, so please subscribe. Hey guys, an unusual looking box, isn't it? I take you through the process of how I go about designing a box like that. It just starts off as a concept in my head, and then I just go over to the computer, draw a shape. That's it, just a shape of the outline shape that I think I need. And now I'll cut a bottom out. I cut the bottom out of block on Perth, and then it's built on top of that. And it always seems to work out. We take it from there. This is the shape that I drew up on the computer. Now I just cut that out with the laser on the bottom. I just build on top of that. I planed the Occam down to about 10mm, and I've cut out the shape on the laser. See, it came out of that Occam. Mate, I prefer the laser over the CNC machine anytime. Although it does leave a black mark, but I stand up for the black. But it's such a clean cut. It is such a clean cut. So this is the bottom. This is now the bottom of the box, and I just build everything on top of that. And I just make it up as I go. Like I do a lot of other things. Cut a pattern out of 3mm MDF just so I can play around with the top and how it's all going to swing and everything. All I know is that I want a swinging top, maybe with a wheel on the end of it to support the end. I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll work that out as I go. Okay guys, I've sanded all the black off the Occam for the bottom. And we're going to do the sides in blackwood. I'm machining a couple of pieces down to 45mm. Now I'll cut the big one down to about 18mm, and that'll be the sides of the box. And this one there, I'll leave it at 6 so I can cut the curve on this one, and then I'll join it all together. And I'll just glue it all together. It should be right. And then we'll fit the interior out again. So we're just basically getting the basic shape now. Right, and then we'll sand up all the outside after everything's dry. We'll take it from there. Guys, I've got the front and the back block done. So this block will just sit there. But I've got to drill a hole. I've got to drill a hole in it for the dowel or the round piece so the lid can swivel in that block. And this is the inside of the front block, which I'll just glue on now. And then after these are dry, then I'll cut them out to the shape of the bottom, and I just fit the rails in between. And that's the shape of the inside of the box. I might put a division in there too, somewhere. But we just do one thing at a time. So we'll glue the blocks on now, and then we'll just let them dry. Put a clamp on this end. Okay. Time to take the clamps off the box and see what we've got. Yeah. Come here. You clamp, you clamp. Okay. That's the back, and you can see how I could actually use that as a pattern for a router bit. It's a bit big, 45mm. Yeah, it might be a bit big of me. I think I'll just cut it rough on the bandsaw, and then I'll just sand it up. I think might be a safer and easier way. I think. all sanded up. It was a lot safer doing it with the sander rather than with the router. The router, I know with the end grain, I would have chipped it. So just a bit of time on the sander. Still needs the final sand, but yeah, no, it's come up very tactile indeed. Okay, I'll just I'm thinking. What am I thinking? I'm thinking I might put a little round on the a little bull nose on the inside of this now. I think just for aesthetics. I think just to take the squareness of it. I've rounded over all the box. It's very tactile now. Come up good. And this is the pattern for the top. And I've got a bit of I've got a piece of US maple here which I'll plane up, and that will do at the top. And as you see in the drawing, I'm going to put an inlay in with the laser in the top because I think it will just enhance it. I've planed the maple up to about 21 mil, I think it is, and I've marked where I've got to cut out for the top. Now I had the pattern that I cut in the laser, and that's just right. So I'll make sure I leave the line on the maple. Now another thing you may have noticed, when I use the buzzer, the planer, I rolled my sleeve up. But you never have any long sleeves using a buzzer. But they hang down and they can catch the blade. And I've seen it happen. So you always roll your back sleeve up so nothing can catch. Just a tip. As you said, I planed up the maple. That's the bulk of the top. I planed the jarrah up to about 7 mil so the laser can cut it. And I've cut some walnut to about 7 mil too, so the laser can cut it. And these are going to be inlaid into the top. Yeah, that's how the inlay is going to look. The hammer part is the jarrah, three lines, and the three shapes in the centre are the walnut. Cool. Hey guys, here's the exhaust of the laser. You can see the smoke. It cut a whole lot of material out. Okay guys, you can see how I rested the shape out of the maple. When a laser rests, as it goes backwards and forwards, it takes out all the material inside the line. When it cuts and leaves the material inside the line. So this should fit in there. Almost perfect. New day. Time to take the top out of the crabs, and then we'll see what we've got. Then we'll sand it down flat, and then we've got to put it back in the laser to do the walnut inlays. But they go over the top of the jarrah inlays. So everything's got to be done in order. Anyway, so take it out of the cramps, not a cramp, as per normal. Okay. Okay, there we go, our first inlay in. Perfect. Another day in the shop. Okay, I've glued in the walnut curved stripes, and they're all dried now. We'll just unpack them. And that's what we got. Okay guys, we're getting there now. I've cut a blackwood handle and I've stuck it on, and we've got the jarrah and the walnut inlay, and I'm just going to sand this up now. We're going to have one hinge point in the bottom, and that's going to be underneath a plug, so I have to drill a 3/8 hole and then put one screw in there so it can open, just like that. And then we can polish it all up. So I'll sand the box up now. I've polished the box, come up pretty adequate. Yeah, so that's what I've done now. And I polished I've done two coats on the underside of the top, but I've only done one coat on the top itself. Because now I've got to put a pin in this corner, so for it to swivel. And I'm gonna do a 3/8 hole, and then put a screw in there, and then I'm going to put a plug in there, then I'm going to sand it down, and then I'm going to repolish everything again. Hey guys, finished the box, but there's one problem. Look at this. It falls over. It can't hold its own weight. I thought that might be the case, so I made a wheel. I'm going to put a wheel on the front of this to support this lid as it spins around, so the wheel will just roll around with the lid. So I'm just going to make an axle, some sort of axle for it, come off there, down there, like a Z-shaped axle, and the wheel can just sit there and I'll polish the wheel up. So, what do you think? Something unusual, but I like making unusual. Hey guys, look, all finished. I measured the wheel. Everything stays upright. How cool is that? And it's very funky, isn't it? I took funky in school, by the way. Damn, look at that. It's got a wheel on the front. I like doing unusual things. When something happens, don't oh, how am I going to get over it? Just think of a funky way of getting over it. And that's very funky. Look at that. That's very cool. Okay guys, this is the box for today. Thanks for watching again. Please subscribe. Again, I'm trying to get subscribers, and I'm having a lot, as you know, I'm having a lot of fun doing this, and I think you're having a lot of fun following me. So I'm trying to do things different than what other people do, and this is one way of doing them different, being funky, and I like being funky. Thanks guys, see you next time.